My name's Heath,
Yep.
just working on the docks here.
First question is, how do you think you would define yourself?
Put a lot of effort into not defining myself with any rigid, because I think if you put yourself in a box of this is what I am, then you limit what you can become.
You're avoiding the question, so if you had to define yourself...
I would say no. That's definitely avoiding the question, but I'm okay with that.
Okay, well let me rephrase it. How would you describe yourself?
How do I describe myself? Well,
Take your time. You can take your time, because these things are things that you don't
can.
ordinarily think about.
I really don't like to, honestly. I can tell you my appearance, but you guys are looking at me, so...
But you must have some sort of
my-
opinion
my-
of yourself.
My ethos that I follow.
Yeah.
I tell people that I'm a Discordian, but it doesn't make much sense to most people because they've never heard of it.
Yeah.
But it's also kind of a joke religion. It's essentially, supposedly, we worship chaos and what have you. But it's a little bit more going on than that, but I won't go much further.
Is that because of the scientific beliefs that you have? Or?
It's not scientific. It's a pretty convoluted belief structure, and it's the defining feature is that it refuses to be a belief structure. I don't believe that I truly know anything, so that's kind of its defining ethos, is that you won't accept dogma at all.
What would you be the most passionate about in your whole life, do you think?
It depends on the day, honestly. I'm passionate about being a positive force in life generally, and in my life, whoever I interact with.
Okay.
That I could say is an overriding thing that I always try to stay true to.
So it would be your overall attitude to life and how you approach your day?
I want to be productive I want to create abundance if I can.
Yeah. So you're quite a creative person?
Well, I don't know. I take some photos, pour some stupid pictures on coffees. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think everybody's creative. Like,
Yeah.
your mind creates the world that we're seeing here now. Like, that makes you a pretty amazing artist.
And have you always been a positive person, or is it something you've manifested?
No, that's something I've worked on very heavily. I was extremely depressed for most of my young life.
Yeah. And what triggered you to focus so heavily on being such a positive attitude?
I want to be happy. I want other people to be happy. It's productive.
Was there a particular event or person that you met or that triggered that?
No, not really. Like, I've had catalysts in life from all angles, but I think the defining difference in me getting something from those catalysts was actually paying attention to them, as opposed to getting triggered and offended by other people's opinions.
So it was a slower process that gradually happened?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And through like my own philosophy, I have put a lot of work into actually just thinking about it all. And trying to be as unjudgmental as possible. And also self-forgiving. Like, you can't grow as a person if you resent who you are or were.
Yeah, that's a good point. So that leads into the next question. Take your time as well on this one. So what do you think, if you had to think about it, is the thing in your life that you're the most proud of your entire life?
That's a huge question.
I know. Take your time.
Yeah. I'd love to take my time,
I know. Yeah.
but I feel like I'm running out of it.
I know, you've got about 5 minutes.
That's all good.
Yeah.
The most proud of in my life. I really like interacting with people in a positive way and influencing their thought patterns in a positive way, if I can. If I can achieve that, then I would be proud of that. And that's what I'm aiming to do in life.
Yeah. So communication's a big thing for you.
Communication's a massive thing.
Friendship and social.
Well, yeah, friendship's part of it. But even for people who aren't my friend, like just for your everyday Joe, I try to have the same outlook with everybody in my life. Try not to treat my family different to the average Joe. I want to love people as much as I can, which I think for humans is an infinite capacity.
All right. Well, thanks a lot for your time. I appreciate it. Before we
Thank
start
you,
work,
Alex.
thanks. Cheers. Yeah.